So, are we live again? I think we are. Yes, we are. Okay, let's hope that it will work better this time. Sorry about that. I had a bit of technical issues. As someone said in the chat, it's probably because as you know, I got my second shot of the vaccine 2 days ago. So I think it takes a little bit more time until we get the proper stable 5G connection. But we will do the best we can. So did anyone figure out where we are yet? I'm not sure if you did. I will reveal it shortly. This is what the area looks like. It's a pretty new station. Yeah, it is. Kamata. No, this is not Kamata. This is actually very far from Kamata. But Kamata is not a bad guess. I would kind of guess something similar. Rokugo datte. That's a better guess, but still it's not right. Snoopy time, yes. So S figured out where we are. He posted that here on Patreon. I don't know if he posted it here in the chat, but we are in front of the Minami-Machida Granbury Park station, which is the southernmost train station in Tokyo. And it's kind of weird because I could go here with the train line I live on, right? So my station is Futako Tamagawa, and then the next station, and basically most stations all the way, it's a like 30-minute train ride, and all of the stations are actually in Kanagawa prefecture until you come here. Then you're actually back in Tokyo, which is kind of weird. But if you look at a map of Tokyo, you can see that it has kind of this weird shape with this like part that sticks down pretty far south, and that's where we are now. I plan to walk from here to Machida station, hopefully without getting heat stroke, because it is pretty hot. I will give you a weather report. Hopefully, so I lowered the bitrate a little bit, so hopefully it should be stable now. Hope the image quality is still good enough. So Machida, 31 degrees, 51% humidity. Still, humidity is not too bad, so I think we can survive. I think I will survive today. Yeah, this station was basically built just because they finished this shopping mall, this kind of outdoorsy shopping mall here. So I don't remember exactly when the station opened, but I think it's like 2-3 years ago maybe. So it's quite new. And I think there's a Snoopy museum or something around here as well. That's why there's lots of Snoopy statues. Stay hydrated. Yes, thank you. I have a big bottle of Pocari Sweat in my backpack actually. So hydration should be fine. But yeah, just let's take a little look at this whole shopping complex. Wow, lots of restaurants here. It's pretty big. I've only passed through here super briefly. Like a year ago I did a stream, the same route as I'm planning to walk today actually. I walked from here to Machida station, but that time I didn't really check out this shopping complex. So let's do that now first. And thank you Clayton Young for the super chat. Thank you very much. Someone asked if there's any sports I follow, and no, the answer is no. I do not follow any sports. Also, before we continue walking, so there was a bit of a technical hiccup, so I think my mega supporter Bit of a Wonder deserves a little shout out in this stream as well. So he is helping me tremendously thanks to his generous support to this channel. And Bit of a Wonder is also a walk tuber. He does walking videos from the US. So if you are into walking videos, you might like his channel. You should check it out. It's linked in the video description below. So there you have it. Sport is Sweden famous for? I don't know. Soccer? Ice hockey? Maybe. But again, that's the most popular sport in Sweden. That much I know. But I don't know if Sweden is famous for it. Oh, thank you, Bit of a Wonder. Good to see you here in the chat. Thank you, thank you. Olympic road race was fun to watch. Yeah, that's cycling, right? That's actually something I can enjoy. I can enjoy watching Tour de France as well. Not so much for the sport itself, but more because it's kind of like similar to these walking videos, right? You get to see lots of beautiful scenery. So I can enjoy that. This place is huge. And the walk from here to Machida should take, best case, quickest route, it's about an hour. But I will probably not walk the quickest route, so it will take me longer than that. So, let's see. Yeah, good to see so many people tuning in already. 200 people almost. Very nice. Welcome. So here's the map of the area. Naruhodone. So we are here now. Station is here. So I guess I just have to circle around here, and then so Machida is actually this way. So that's where I'll be going. Curling, yeah, I don't know. Is Sweden famous for curling? Maybe. I think I think Sweden is pretty good at curling anyway. So I guess that's correct. And then after this live walk, I actually plan to shoot a 4K walk as well. I'm actually gonna go pick up the DJI Osmo Pocket 2 today. I used my old Osmo Pocket 1 when I was in Hokkaido last week, and I just realized how much I enjoy that little camera. It's so small and discreet, and the Pocket 2 seems to be a pretty good upgrade. So I think I want that for my upcoming adventures in Sweden and Europe, as well as for future trips here in Japan as well. It's a convenient little tool to have, even though I still think the iPhone 12 of course will be better image quality wise, but cameras are fun. They're also deductible as business expenses, so Market shopping district. Is it though? I'm not sure, to be honest. I don't think this Machida is kind of not really a fancy place at all. It's more of a how should I say? Well, not one of the most highly regarded Tokyo districts. Although I think it's quite nice. It's quite interesting area, but I just think that those kind of high-end, like higher-end brands in Japan are more, maybe more mainstream here than in the West. I mean, even the entire kind of construction of this place looks a little bit, I don't know, a little bit cheap. It's not very, I don't know, it's nice, family friendly, accessible, but I don't think they spent as much money on building this as they did on taco tamagara rice, for example. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. 2 streams in 24 hours. Yeah, you're lucky. You are. You are. And yeah, someone mentioned that this is an outlet mall. Maybe it is. I don't know. But maybe that could be the case. Okay. Horse meat market for your dog. Interesting. It's pretty windy today, by the way. I don't know if you can hear the wind noise, but I can certainly feel it. There's a typhoon approaching, expected to make landfall sometime tonight. And I think they had to kind of change some of the Olympic events, especially the rowing competition. They had to reschedule it due to this typhoon. So let's see how bad it gets. Knowing what you know about Japan, where would you stay if you were a first-time visitor? Oh, thank you, Gavin, for next time you're a coffee person. Thank you so much. Where would I stay? It really depends. If I would come here again as a 25-year-old who enjoys drinking and partying, or if I would come here as the older man I am who prefers a bit of peace and quiet and values to have plenty of greenery around. That makes a big difference. But yeah. Oops. Did we get some and hopefully things will get better soon. Oh, I cannot really cross here. Okay, then I have to go through the station here then. I think we're back now, right? Yeah. So here's the station, entrance to the station. If you're interested in like travel times, so we're almost at the end of the Dawn Kitsune line. It's just 2 more stops and then we're at the last stop. So this is the train. You can go all the way to Shibuya, so it takes 47 minutes with a local train, but 32 with the rapid one. I live here, Tamagawa, which is about half an hour away. So yeah, it's pretty far out, but still, weirdly enough, we are still in Tokyo. So let's leave this mall. Also, let me have a sip of my Pocari Sweat. So here we have a Machida city map. So you see, this is basically, here's like the most southern tip of Tokyo City on the mainland. Then there are a couple of islands very far south from here that still belongs to Tokyo. So it's not the southernmost point of Tokyo altogether, but yeah. on the Tokyo on Honshu ends here. But anyway, we're here at the station, and I will walk to Machida station here. This map is not terribly detailed, so I don't know, but there's supposed to be a river that flows pretty much along the route that I will be walking, so I will mostly be following following that river. And someone asked about those two other stops until the end of this line. Those are both in Kanagawa Prefecture, so this is the southernmost stop in Tokyo. Just a moment, let me sit down here and get this. Take a seat. Actually, I finished this. I bought this yesterday, so it was only half, not even half full. So I will get a new drink here at 7-Eleven before I continue my adventures, because I think for a pretty big part of this walk there won't be many convenience stores. Thank you, Old School Bible. Thank you so much. So much. Please enjoy a bit of a reflection reveal. Oh, nice. It's one of these convenience stores that has like probably locally grown vegetables. We're in the outskirts of Tokyo. This. So let me throw this. And okay, so now I have another drink. This is not Pocari Sweat, but it's kind of similar. A little bit less sweet. I actually prefer this one over Pocari Sweat. But I don't remember, like when I did this walk last time, I don't think we had that much of signal issues actually. Thank you, Bit of a Wonder. Thank you for buying me the drink. Just a moment here. Let's see, are we back now? Is the signal okay? It looks good here on my end now. So hopefully now the rest of the walk should be outdoors and hopefully stable and reliable. Good, okay. Good. So let me just check the map here. I'm not sure the exact direction I need to walk now. Okay. Wakatta. So we can just follow these tracks until we hit the river, and then we follow the river. Then we will be fine. It's really windy. You sure you can't hear the wind noise? In that case, I'm super impressed over how mighty my homemade windshield is. some palm trees here. Exotic. I don't know if you can see, but there's like a pretty nice ridge line, like the mountains in the far distance. It's a little bit hazy today, so it's not super clear. I think if the weather was clear, we should be able to see Mount Fuji from here. 英語も日本語もかわいい。本当？それいいかどうかわかんないけど、ありがとうございます。Japanese summer. It's nice, but it's too hot. If this could just be like 5 to 10 degrees cooler, I think the summers here would be awesome. But I guess I have to escape to Scandinavia for that. Yeah, sorry, no sightings of Mount Fuji today. Unless we're very lucky and it clears up magically towards the end of the stream. But so if you look at a map, we're a bit closer to the mountains now than compared to like when we're in the central parts of Tokyo. Houses look nice. Yeah, it's true. The houses around here are quite nice. Did you have a good sleep last night? No, I did not. I'm having a bit of sleeping issues the last couple of nights actually. Don't know if it's the heat or if it's something else, but yeah, I went to bed pretty early, like 11, slept until 3, but then I woke up and couldn't fall asleep again and was awake until 5 or so, and then I slept for a couple of more hours. So not great, but not horribly bad either. Buffering, I'm having to reload constantly. Is that so? It looks fine here. Oh wait, here's the river. I think this is the river that I'm supposed to follow. It looks good here at my end, but not sure. Jenny, you know those nights. Yeah, I mean, it's part of it I blame it on my daughter because she does wake up every night a couple of times and often wakes me up. I'm a very, very light sleeper. No, this is not the right place. Or this is the river, but I think I was actually supposed to go this way. But anyway, yeah. My daughter wakes me up a lot. But that's fine. She's allowed to. Is it always so quiet in Japan? No, it's not. If you go to busy areas, it's very busy and loud. If you go to places like Shibuya and Shinjuku, it's not this quiet. But the residential areas in Japan tend to be very quiet indeed. They are. I think there was some issues in the beginning of the stream, but so far, since I left that shopping mall area, since I left the convenience store, it's been pretty stable here at my end. So let's hope that it stays that way. Some construction workers having lunch in the shade. セミはスウェーデンもいますか？あ、ないです。南ヨーロッパに行くとある。イタリアとかスペインとかあの辺もセミありますけど、スウェーデンは多分寒すぎる。Oh wait, I think I remember this crossing last time I came here. I think this crossing is kind of the border between Kanagawa Prefecture and Tokyo City. Would this area qualify as a suburb of Tokyo? Yes, certainly it would. And hi Courtney. I hope to see you in Denmark. That would be great. So, yeah, it says Minami-Machida here. And yes, indeed. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a sign here saying Kanagawa Prefecture, Yamato City. So if we keep on walking this way, we will no longer be in Tokyo. But I will not do that. I will cross here and I will stay in Tokyo. So, Minami-Machida でございます。ここから町田駅へ歩きます。Kindergarten, you live in Machida. Ah, nice. Maybe, did you watch last time I walked here as well? I kind of remember that there was a viewer living in Machida when I came here last time too. Anyway, it's a pretty nice place. It's like its own little city within Tokyo. Hope we can get to the river by walking this direction. Yep, we should. I am walking parallel to the river now, so should be doable. Then I can make a turn soon. But yeah, one of the nice things whenever you come to the outskirts of Tokyo is just that it's just so much greener. You have like lots of places like this where there's like greenhouses and small, they're growing vegetables and stuff. I really like that. Gives it a very different vibe. そうですね。前回も町田のライブ見ました。よかった。今回もよろしくお願いします。So I think if we walk down this way, we should be able to get to the river. Is this a church? I wonder why they have a cross on the roof. Machida's father is Tokyo and mother is Kanagawa. Right, that makes sense. Makes sense. So I think the river should be down here. We need a description sticky. Ah, you mean the FAQ thingy? Right. Let me do that. So, here's the river. Wonderful. Let me get another sip of my drink. This is indeed quite warm today. Just need to put the camera away. Maybe not. How many years has it been since you started studying Japanese? I started studying Japanese 2010, so 11 years ago. Went to school from April 2010 to 2011. No, March 2011. My last day in language school was the day of the big earthquake in March 2011. So, yeah. And then I've been studying a little bit on my own back and like from time to time since then, but not really dedicating fully to it. And I did take an online course as well from a Swedish university actually in Japanese. So I was living in Japan, studying Japanese at a Swedish university via online classes, which was kind of weird. But it was very good. It gave me a lot. Memorable last day. Yeah, sure, for sure. For sure. It was really crazy what happened. Did the earthquake hit you when you were there? I was in Shinjuku when the earthquake struck. I was having late lunch at a cafe in Shinjuku, and then everything started shaking, and I thought I was going to die. It was pretty horrifying. But fortunately, things here in Tokyo was alright, and I'm still alive. But it was a pretty traumatic experience. Yeah, it certainly doesn't feel like we're in Tokyo. It feels like we're in the countryside. This is very idyllic with this schoolgirl biking along the river. Does your Fitbit tell you how fast you're walking? No, it does not. It does not. Unfortunately, that would be quite interesting to know. During the typhoon, does your family go to a shelter or stay home? No, we stay home. Typhoons are not really that much of a big deal. Unless you live in like places where there's a high risk of like mudslides or flooding, people don't go to shelters or anything. That's more like in the rural parts. They might have to advise people to do that, but usually the cities are pretty resilient to typhoons. So I have to walk down. Maybe I can cross here. That's actually a little bit closer. Question is, there's some pretty big construction going on here. Okay, so now I do unintentionally cross into Kanagawa Prefecture. So we're leaving Tokyo by crossing the river. I think I should be able to go down this way, but I should probably check that on the map first. That's right, there's this underground flooding cistern under Tokyo and tunnels and stuff built to protect us from major floods. Yeah, it looks like I can walk down this little street and then come back to the river. But yeah, this typhoon is not really... It looks like it won't hit Tokyo right on. It will be a little bit further north, more closer to Sendai area. So maybe things won't be that's bad here in Tokyo at all. We'll see. Is Kanagawa in a state of emergency? Yes, it is. Just like Tokyo. Kanagawa, like all the surrounding prefectures of Tokyo, are also under a state of emergency. So Kanagawa, Chiba, Saitama are also under a state of emergency. How expensive is rent in Tokyo? That's the kind of question I get every time. I should write something about it, but it really depends. It can be, you know, 50,000 yen per month. It can be 2 million yen per month. So it really depends. Okay, good night, bit of a wander. Once again, thank you so much for the kind support, and good luck with your future endeavors. Sweden 台風がない。そうですね、台風はないですね。台風は多分もっとなんか、なんていう、熱帯、なんていう日本語の言葉はちょっとわかんない。なんか tropical region だけ。でもストームとか強い風があります。時々ちょっと深刻なダメージも行います。こっちかな？ I wonder if I can walk here. I think so. Yes, great. We're back at the river. And look at this nice little bamboo forest here. Bamboo forests are always nice. They're very exotic to me. We certainly don't have bamboo forests in Sweden. Yeah, looks like we can keep on walking here. Wakihashi. Oh. And here's one of these honor-based shops, but it doesn't look like they're in operation now. It looks like it's being used more like a public trash can. It's a bit hot, it's a bit muggy. I guess I can pull down my mask in a place like this. There's no people around. But yeah, the sounds are very nice. The cicadas, the birds, sounds of nature. That's why I wanted to come and do this walk today. I felt like I needed a little bit of greenery. Using mosquito protection? No, I never do. Actually, mosquitoes are not really bothering me that much. Usually when I get bit by mosquitoes, it just heals very quickly and it doesn't cause me much discomfort. My wife is much more sensitive to mosquito bites. But for me, yeah, no, not really feeling any need. Do you use sunscreen though today? I think last time I came here we had some like military aircraft flying over us. Apparently there is some, I think, American base not too far from here. I'm hearing some jet engines now as well, I think. Is it true that people in Japan eat KFC as Christmas meal? Yes, it is true. And it is very sad. There's not much water in this river right now. Yes, for real, they do eat KFC. They did some very clever marketing, and now KFC for Christmas is KFC and Christmas are very strongly associated here in Japan. And a lot of Japanese think that you should eat KFC for Christmas, and they think that we do that in the West as well. When I tell them we don't, it's like, really? Sugi Air Base is in the southwest. I see. So that's where the planes and the helicopters are coming from. Wonder if they're doing any practice today. Don't they sell cakes during Christmas? Yeah, that's also a thing here in Japan. Christmas cake. She's supposed to eat like a cake with cream and strawberries. That's also a Christmas thing. I don't know if that's... I mean, Christmas traditions vary quite a lot country to country, I guess. In Sweden we would not eat Christmas cake or like cake. I'm late, where are you now? I am somewhere between Minami-Machida and Machida. I started today's walk in Minami-Machida station, which is there, 45 minutes ago. And now I'm basically following this river that will take us to Machida. So we're at the southernmost tip of mainland Tokyo. Your channel has been very good company in this pandemic. I follow you. Thank you. Thank you very much for the kind words. That's exactly what I'm hoping to do for people. Provide a little bit of a refuge to Japan now when no one can travel here. Which place do you think is safer, Sweden or Japan? Japan is safer in terms of like robberies and violence and things like that. Japan is definitely safer. But Japan is much riskier because of natural disasters. I mean, by choosing to live in Japan or in Tokyo, you kind of also have to accept the risk that a big earthquake can, in worst case, end your life at any moment. That kind of risk does not feel very... you wouldn't have that in Sweden. So in that sense, Sweden is safer. Each place has its own pros and cons, I guess. But personally, I mean, just walking around with expensive phones and cameras like I'm doing right now, there are many places in Sweden where I wouldn't feel safe to do this. But here in Japan, no problem at all. You grew up in the Cold War. Yeah, right. Sudden doom could happen to us all. That's right. That's right. But that risk doesn't feel as pronounced these days. What's that big wall? Yeah, there's a construction site here. I wonder what they're building. Something really big. That's for sure. So, yeah. But then again, natural disasters can also strike suddenly and unexpectedly. I don't think many people expected Germany to have this massive flooding disaster last week, right? But that cost like 200 plus people their life. Who knows, maybe something like that could happen in Sweden too, actually. Especially now with climate change, things are not what they used to be. So you can never be entirely safe from risk. And yeah, Sweden, someone asked if Sweden is that dangerous. I would say yeah, unfortunately. Like, I mean, it's not like you're gonna get killed or anything, but you do certainly run a risk to get robbed. Even I've been robbed once in central Stockholm in the middle of the day. Just a bunch of kids came up to me and tried to get my phone. So yeah, that happens in Sweden. That would never happen here. That would never happen here. Yeah, I mean, I've never lived in the US, so I can only base my image of media reports, which are usually quite overblown, but US doesn't feel like a safe place. I'm sure different parts of US are vastly different though, of course, but which is a shame. Otherwise I would be very intrigued by the idea of living in the US sometime at some point during my life, but I don't know. Safety concern is a bit too much. You're a US citizen and you don't feel safe. Yeah. Too bad. Too bad. Thank you, Sheldon Harvison. Hey man, love what you're doing. Keep it up. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the kind words and the motivational boost. Appreciate it. Yeah, the safety, the kindness of the people here in Japan, that's really, really one of the absolute highlights of living here. People won't bother you unless they're extremely drunk, and even then they're usually friendly. Like that guy I bumped into in Akihabara 2 days ago. I feel very safe in Hawaii. Yeah, Hawaii seems pretty safe, pretty chill. Beware of Typhoon Nerpartak tomorrow. Yes, I will. We'll see how badly it affects us here in Tokyo, but I may not be able to stream tomorrow. Or, who knows, maybe I will be able to do a very dramatic evening walk in heavy rain. Never know. It's always difficult to predict exactly how these typhoons will hit, it seems. It happens quite often that they really, scare us and make us expect the worst, and then the typhoon hits and it's over within a couple of hours and no one really cared. Name of this place. So we're somewhere between Machida and Minami-Machida station. Along... Let's see, I don't know what the name is of this river actually. But that I can find out. Let's see. This river is called Sakai River. Sakai River. So I'm about halfway now to Machida. Let me just put the camera down and take another sip of my drink so I don't get dehydrated. Oh. Almost more than half done with this. I have a feeling it's scorching over there. It feels quite hot, yeah. I don't know, maybe it's because I didn't sleep very well that I feel a little bit worse, that the heat is a bit worse. Well, it's 32 degrees now, it was bumped up 1 degree. Humidity is 48 though, not too bad. But yeah, look at the coming days. Thunderstorm, thunderstorm, sunny, thunderstorm, thunderstorm, thunderstorm. Really? Will it be like that? It's been a couple of days since I had a beer, yeah. Maybe that's why I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. maybe it's the alcoholic in me just having its cravings, want me to get a beer. But no, I will have lunch after this stream, and I will probably not have a beer alone in Machida. Mr. Miyazaki, yeah, right? Safety in Japan is pretty much the best in the world, I think, at least amongst like major countries with big cities. Again, it feels very nice to walk in this countryside area. Not many people around. I enjoy that. We're just passing 1 hour since I started the stream, and we're almost at 400 viewers. So thank you everybody who's watching. If you're new to my channel, I highly encourage you to read the FAQ in the video description. And once you've read that, you are very welcome to join the chat and socialize with us. Those homes must be pricey, says Melody Matilda. I don't know. I don't think this is a particularly expensive area, but especially like this house looks huge by Japanese standards. That piece of land, if it was in central Tokyo, would probably have like 3 or maybe 4 houses built on top of it. So yeah, land prices here I guess are pretty cheap. Also, if you're new to this channel, I would like to say thank you and welcome. I do walks like this very often, almost every day, mostly in the Tokyo region, but sometimes I travel to other parts of Japan, and next month I might even be in Europe, and I will try to make videos from there as well. So if you want to watch more videos like this, you should consider subscribing to my channel. Also, if you haven't pressed the like button yet, please consider doing so. That's a very easy way for you to support my channel. Look at this bird. And what else? Yeah, consider pressing the like button if you haven't already. Good way to support my channel. If you really love my videos, consider joining me on Patreon. That will give you access to some special bonus extra awesome perks. The link is in the video description. Okay, that's it. JP, thank you. You've been subscribing since 4K. Are you on Patreon? Are you're in the postcard club, right? Or is that someone else called JP? I do have a viewer who's been in my postcard club for quite a long time called JP. Is that you? If so, thank you. Thank you very much for your kind support. Okay, it's not you. Oh well, thank you for your kind support anyway, for being a subscriber. That's perfectly fine, that too. I try to kind of spread out my lives, but generally they're like in 2 kind of time brackets. It's either around this time, like before or around noon Japan time, or it's around sunset time, which currently is 7 o'clock Japanese time. So I think these noon streams should be quite accessible to my American viewers, whereas the evening streams are more friendly to my European viewers. But then of course there's a lot of viewers in Asia too, and depending on where you are, I don't know, both time slots should work, I guess, but maybe it might conflict with work and things like that. But yeah, unfortunately with a global audience it's impossible to make everybody happy. And also it has to kind of work with my personal life as well. So, yeah. It's pretty quiet here, although some rather big apartments. On this side of the river is just small cozy houses, mostly older looking. This looks pretty old as well, actually, this apartment complex. Melody Matilda, you're window shopping all these houses right now. I see. How much do you imagine rent is there? Here? I think you can rent a 3-bedroom apartment, kind of like family-sized apartment, for maybe around 100,000 yen. Would be my guess. It's an older building, probably relatively small apartments. Maybe no elevator. It probably has an elevator. But yeah, and it's far from the station as well. So that's just my guess. Just my guess. Nice hat tea, thank you. Hat Explorer, yes, yes. Oh yes, Matilda. Are you planning seriously to move to Japan? It's a good place to live. I do recommend it. I do recommend it. I wonder if this river is still the border between Kanagawa and Tokyo, actually. I think the address sign here said Minami-ku, which I guess is Kanagawa. There's no Minami-ku in Tokyo. Here you have more of these older apartments. Could even be less than 100,000 for a 3-bedroom apartment, maybe. Could be that Machida and Tokyo is on this side and Kanagawa is on this side, but I'm not sure. Look here, it says Minami-Ku, which should be Yokohama. Kamitsuruma Honcho. Yeah. Fishing allowed in these rivers? I don't know. I'm not sure, and I'm not sure if you would actually want to eat something that you would catch there. But I do see people fishing in Tama River sometimes, but that's a much bigger river though. That's the river close to where I live. But here, I don't know. I kind of doubt it. That people will be fishing here. Again, I'm not sure about those prices. I'm just guessing widely now. But considering that it's an older building and pretty far from the station, and that we're quite a distance away from central Tokyo, all those factors bumps down the price considerably. Ah, Soka, that's smart, Greg. Sakai River. I didn't know that that meant border. But yeah, that makes sense. That does indeed make sense. So let's head back to this side and see if we can confirm that this is indeed Tokyo. One thing I like about Japan is that you have these like address signs posted every here and there on electricity poles and whatnot. That makes it easy to always find out where you are. Keep hovering around 400 viewers. Dumb question, but do rivers like that smell any bad particular way? No. I just pulled down my mask, and from here I can't really feel any smell. Oh, but I just saw a fish actually. That looked like a carp. So there might be some carp in this river after all. Sometimes you can feel a bit of a smell, especially like Meguro River. Oh, there we go. Here we see. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a fish there. Yeah, Meguro River tend to smell a little bit funky sometimes. And also Tama River. Whenever you cross the bridge over Tama River, you feel the bit of a smell. But I wouldn't say it's bad. It's just more like, I don't know, it smells like a river. Was that thunderstorm a few weeks ago the best one ever in a stream? Yeah, I think so. The one that ended my walk in Ginza. That was pretty epic. I don't think I've had that kind of thunderstorm before. I did have a pretty dramatic walk to Shinjuku maybe last summer, but then the thunder was really far away, but it was super active, but it wasn't like I don't think we could hear it actually. Oh, there's this guy again. Or maybe it's his buddy. Now I feel a little bit of smell from the river. But again, I don't know if I can say that it smells bad. It just smells like water and river. Are you a fan of Princess Torta? Yes, Princess Torta is nice. It's nice. I mean, it's not something that I usually buy, but as a Swede who has been living abroad for a long time, it's something that gives me a bit of a nostalgic feeling. This might be some sort of military aircraft, right? Looks like it. Here we have more of these. Danchi. There's two aircraft. Yeah, definitely some sort of military aircraft. So these are public housing. You can identify it easily with these big letters on the facade. You get tired of the cicada noise? I can't say it's bothering me too much. It was a bit annoying when I was living like on a low floor, and they sometimes were just outside my window when I wanted to sleep. Then they can be quite noisy, but they're just like, they're part of the Japanese summer. So the sound of them comes with certain like emotions and feelings that kind of contributes to making Japan, I would say. It seems less hot today. I'm not sure. It's a bit cloudy, but it's pretty hot. It feels way hotter today than yesterday. But now it dropped to 31 degrees again. Crow and pigeon. I don't know if I would say those are unique to Japan. We have those in Sweden too, both crows and pigeons. So the sound of those doesn't really give me any special emotions. Suika 食べましたか? 年は食べた今年も食べた。はい。でもスイカもスウェーデンよく食べます。Yeah, I see that's Brad Ward. You have confirmed that those planes were indeed military aircraft bound for Yokota Air Base. Crowds in Tokyo are quite large. Yeah, that's true. They are very big here in Japan. They're bigger than in Sweden, crows. Bigger and more obnoxious. Can be quite aggressive too.日本でスイカいくらですか？いくらだろう？よくわかんない。でもヨーロッパより高い。基本的には野菜と果物は日本で結構高い。残念ながら。I don't know if they're ever calling the birds. To be honest, I'm not sure. Haven't heard about it. Yeah, so you get gifts from crows. That's interesting. I never got any gifts from a crow. Beer spot. Yeah, maybe I had a beer here actually. I think I did last time I walked here. It was at night though, but I think there's a convenience store a little bit further down. I think I got a beer there and then I came back here and had my beer along this river last time I came. But that was last summer. Time flies. Last summer or autumn maybe. But no beer today. No, I need to eat something. I will probably wrap this stream up once I get to Machida station and grab lunch. And then I will go to Yodobashi and get the DJI Osmo. I even made some research beforehand and they have it in store there, or in stock. Or I'm from Toronto. Sorry, maybe this was a while ago, but I just noticed that I got a super chat. Are you watching Olympics? No, I'm not watching Olympics. Sorry, I don't know if Sweden got any gold. I'm not into sports at all. So, 北海道の 4K 動画を見ました。素晴らしかった。ありがとう T さん。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。So you can see that we're getting closer to the station. There's more and more high-rise buildings around here. That's always a sign that we're getting closer to a train station. And thank you, Mendoxe Jose. I love that nickname, by the way. Thank you for joining my channel. Thank you very much. It's very kind of you. Sakai River. I think I'll cross here and keep on walking a little bit along the river. What's for lunch? I don't know. I honestly don't know. But I do think I prefer to eat something cold on a day like this. Maybe some cold noodles. Depends a little bit on what I find around here. I'm not so familiar with Machida. Yeah, I'm actually feeling a little bit tired now, so I think I need to end the stream as soon as I can and take a little rest. Maybe it's the side effect from the vaccine suddenly hitting me, I don't know, but I do feel a little bit tired right now and exhausted, so I should be careful. I should also drink more, I guess. Okay, Mr. Miyazaki, thanks for watching as always, and see you next time. No worries, I don't need an ambulance. It's not that bad, but I do feel that. Yeah, body feels a little bit heavy. Don't worry too much though, it's fine, it's fine. But it's a hot day, and I'm an old man. And also I didn't sleep too well last night, so all those things put together make me crave an air-conditioned room very much right now. Can always sit down and do a Patreon stream to recover. That's actually, yes. I wanted that today, I think, but I will do a Patreon stream sometime this week. It's been a while since the last one. And I do have some news to share with you. So definitely it's coming. It's coming later this week, before I go to Sweden. If I go to Sweden. That I still don't know. Even though my ticket is for Sunday, so just 6 days from now. I think, yeah, these are love hotels. Lots of filthy stuff going on here in Machida. With all these love hotels. It's a pretty... I always love the names of love hotels. Like Hotel Ring My Bell. Wonderful. Wonderful. Oh, here's Yodobashi. Wonderful. This is where I will get the DJI, my new toy. Yeah. It would be fun to do like a photo book about love hotel exteriors and branding, because it's an art form in itself. No, they're not called soap houses. You are thinking about something else. but I know what you're talking about, but it's not the same thing. Anyway, here's the station. I will leave you here and go and inhale lots of air-conditioned air, maybe at Yodobashi. But thanks a lot for joining me today. As always, if you did enjoy this video, again, please press the like button if you haven't already. Also, as mentioned, a Patreon only live stream is coming up this week, so now if you haven't joined me on Patreon, you still have time to do so. The link is in the video description. And once again, thanks to Bit of a Wonder for being a mega supporter, and thanks for everybody else in the chat for being just generally awesome people, always supporting me and making my walks such an enjoyable experience. Okay, and I stream tomorrow for the info. It really depends on the weather and also how I feel. Impossible to say right now. Again, that's another reason to join me on Patreon. You will get to know about my upcoming streams there sooner than anywhere else, and also in a more reliable way with the notifications. Okay, that being said, bye bye, thank you, see you next time. Hej då, auf Wiedersehen.